Right, hi Chris.
Hi Tom.
Today we're going to talk about a bit more about the 32K code and just what's involved in this and why this is something a bit special. Do you think there is a certain code in businesses that people need to discover or break?
Quick answer, yes, absolutely. Most key thing with any business, and I mean absolutely any business, is the process. And that is a code in a way. And all successful businesses, bar none, have process, the procedures, the steps they go through to make money basically in place. And the better that process is defined, the better the code, if you like, of the way they make their money. So no question about it, very important.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. What will I be learning in this program?
Well, I think what we've done with this program particularly is to do a couple of things. Firstly, frame what the actual process is, but explain the background to the process of basically making money with information products. It's a bit of a nebulous subject in a way because information's all around us, but so we've done part of the program is a DVD just framing the whole process and the reasons for information and the marketing of it. And the next bit of it is to take one facet, one angle if you like, of how somebody getting this program can actually start to put the steps in place, quite simply, to start making money. Now we've just taken one key part of this, which is from A to Z, from an absolute standing start with somebody knowing nothing about this business and going through, yes, with some expert help, but it is done live, right to the very end of actually money coming into the bank. It is a very simple process. Bits of it do need to, well, all of it needs to be learned, but if they take on board exactly the steps and then try and think how they could mirror that in their own business life, that is when they're going to be very, very successful and they're going to make an awful lot of money.
Sure. I'm sure lots of people at home thinking that, okay, if they want to start a new business, they're going to need to employ lots of staff and get an office or some sort of warehouse and get lots of stock, and that involves lots of money. That's not just the case, is it, these days?
It isn't. This is the funny and incredible aspect of the technology world we live in today. If you're clever and you learn from the experts, and you do need to learn this, it's not going to happen overnight and it's certainly not get rich quick. Although once you get the steps in place, the money does follow very swiftly and quickly. So in that sense, you could argue it's sort of get rich quick, but it's not. You've got to learn these steps, and once you do that and put them in place, you don't need stock, or you don't need lots of warehouse full of stock. Put it that way. You need very small stock to begin with. And you can do this all online using the internet, so it's all what we call virtual products, and those can be delivered stock free. You don't have to actually go and post stuff to people, although you can do that of course. You don't need an office. You can literally work, as I do, from home, and that's a big benefit. Much lower costs to start with. In fact, most businesses starting up who do start from home actually have a far greater chance of success into the future. But there's no need for staff or stock, certainly not in the early stages, and even longer term, depending on how you frame your business and how you plan it and work it through. I know very substantial businesses making lots and lots of profits every year, and everything is done totally online and virtually, so there's no stock at all in that instance.
Sure. Just talk over the sort of amounts of money anyone could earn once they've been through the learning process. I mean, what's a reasonable amount to earn if you're just starting out?
How long's a piece of string?
Sure,
That's the question. I think the thing is, the most hard thing is to make your first paycheck. And that could be, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 pounds or dollars. Once you've made that first one and proved the system works, then all you have to do is really start cranking up the system, and that is when you multiply it. Now you don't have to spend lots more time and work and effort to do that. It's just basically once you've worked out how the system works and you've implemented it, once you've got to that first goal, that first base, if you like, then, which could be very small beer, as I said, £10, 20, 30, 40, £50. But that's not the important bit. It's the ramping up of that afterwards that you can make. How long's a piece of string, literally? I know people doing this at the moment, some of whom I'm taught by and I'm mentored by, who are making substantial sums of money. I mean, literally, hundreds of thousands or even millions of pounds a year doing this. But they're expert in what they're doing, and they started right at the square one where your listeners are going to be, and they've learned the process, they've implemented it, they've got the experience, and they've then moved it along to make those serious amounts of money if they wanted to.
Sure. Well, if I was to purchase this, breaking the 32K code right now, what am I buying and what do I get? And if you can explain exactly what it's teaching me
Yeah, sure.
in this course.
Well, we've got the first. This is basically these are the DVDs. We've got 3 DVDs. Now these run into 5 hours of pretty serious training in exactly one type of the business market which you can get into, and we've identified this as one which is, as I said before, one which is an A to Z program, and you could just settle on that alone. Alongside these DVDs, you've got a similar, another 3 CDs of audio CDs, and these are experts talking on individual subjects, which are a bit more advanced than this. But they're very important to grasp as well. And there's certainly almost about an hour long on each of those. So there's another 3 hours or thereabouts on CDs. We've also put in some bonuses. One of which is you're going to get I can't remember how many pages it is. It's several. It's about 70 or 80 page long manual, which goes into the nitty gritty. And I think a lot of it's important. Videos are great. Audio is great. But the written word is sometimes the best. That's what we're mainly brought up with at schools and so on. So just seeing it in written form, you can pore over it and you can go back and refer to it. It's a lot easier than flicking around on the video remote and audio controls. So I think those 3 things are quite important. And there's a lot of other bonuses which are downloadable off the site as well after purchase.
Sure. Okay then. So how do I get this?
Well, very simply, if you're at the website now, watching this video, you just need to click on the button below and make an order, and it's as simple as that, and the items will be delivered to you pretty well straight away.
Sure. And if I'm unhappy with the content, or if it's not what I was expecting, do you offer a guarantee?
Yes, there is. As you can see on the site, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. We obviously hope that you're going to be happy with the product, because we've spent quite a lot of time and effort to make it something which can be valuable to you. You've got to work hard at it. Don't just get stuck and think, oh, this isn't working at all. And there is a help facility as part of the package as well. We're chucking in as an extra bonus. So if in the early stages you get a bit mystified and a bit stuck, then use that help facility, because it will hopefully even out the creases, because this is a business opportunity which is of its time, particularly now with the technology to help you. It's certainly of its time with respect to where we are economically and throughout the world. You've got a huge, much bigger market than you've ever had before. And it is such a valuable opportunity. You really do need to take the time to study it. And it's not going to happen overnight, but you've got to start somewhere. We will help you start with this program we've got here, and we'll see you once you've done it and help through it, because this type of business is one much more of cooperation with other operators in the market. And that's another key benefit. You're not sort of fighting all the time against your competition down the high street. It's not like that at all. It's much, much more cooperative, because there are joint transactions you can do with other people marketing who can make you more money as well.
Sure. Well, that's brilliant as always, Chris. Thank you very much.
Well, not at all. Good to see you, Tom. Thanks very much.